Chapter 4: International Mergers and Acquisitions, International Joint Ventures and Alliances, by Amanda Garcia and Esmeralda Natividad. Learning Objectives. Describe the fundamental nature of international mergers and acquisitions, international joint ventures, and international alliances. Explain the major IHRM indications from international mergers and acquisitions, international joint ventures, and international alliances. Interpret the IHRM professional's role in implementing effective international mergers and acquisitions, international joint ventures, and international alliances. International business. Before you're able to go international or start a foreign operation, you need to decide which approach to take. In this chapter, we will thoroughly explain the three most common international combinations. International combinations. International mergers and acquisitions are when one business from one country acquires a business in another country. International joint ventures is when two or more businesses from two or more countries create a new and separate legal business organization. International alliances is when two or more businesses enter a formal or informal partnership that do not create a new legal business. International combinations continue. All of these are progressively used by firms to obtain opportunities to new global markets, global resources, which expand their global business. Here are some examples. Microsoft in the USA and Nokia in Finland. Daimler-Benz in Germany and Chrysler in the USA. BMW in Germany and the Rover Group in the United Kingdom. International combinations continue. In some cultures and countries, partnerships are the only way to enter the marketplace and is also considered to be the smartest. Two broad categories of international combinations include equity combinations and those that involve no shared equity investment. Equity-based international combinations, long-term relationships where one partner buys all or most of the equity. Non-equity international combinations, when profits, responsibilities, and resources are shared to specific contractual relationships. International mergers and acquisitions, and the role of IHRM. There are three stages during this process of combinations. Phase 1, pre-combination. Phase 2, combination planning and signing of the agreement. Phase 3, post-combination and implementation of the deal. The role of IHRM, Stage 1. Stage 1, pre-combination. Initial target screening and due diligence process since many details of the integration will involve issues that primarily concern HR and the workforce. Some of the HR issues faced during this stage are identifying reasons for the IMA, forming IMA team/leader, selecting a partner, planning for managing the process of the IM and/or A, and planning to learn from the process. The role of IHRM, Stage 2. Stage 2, combination, planning, and signing of the agreement. HR plays a significant role in providing advice on how to implement the deal and forecasting problems that will occur during implementation. Some of the HR issues faced during this stage are selecting the integration manager, designing/implementing teams, creating the new structure, strategies, leadership, retaining key employees, motivating the employees, managing the change process, communicating to and involving stakeholders, and deciding on the HR policies and practice. The role of IHRM in Stage 3. Stage 3, post-combination and implementation of the deal. HR helps facilitate the integration with the merged firm and will be providing employee communication about the nature of the merger. Some of the HR issues faced during this stage are solidifying leadership and staffing, assessing the new strategies and structures, assessing the new culture, assessing the new HRM policies and practices, assessing the concerns of stakeholders, revising as needed, and learning from the process. Stages of combination in Figure 4.1. Phase 1, pre-combination. When initial target screening and pre-bid courtship of the potential target firm. Phase 2, combination planning and signing of agreement. Decisions about how to implement the deal. Phase 3, post-combination and implementation of the deal. HR plays a key role in helping to facilitate the integration with the merged firms. Due diligence and the role of HRM. What is suggested for the preparation process? Checklist, action plan, SWOT team of essential people with technical/professional skills, and HR should be closely involved. What is suggested for the content process? Specific issues to assess during HR's due diligence. General people issues, management capabilities, making sure the organization does not have any skeletons in the closet, and HR department status, practices, policies, and organization. HR policies and practices. Staffing, compensation, benefits, process of integration, HR information systems, unionization, nature of labor relations, labor contracts, employee involvement works councils, training and management / career development programs. Figure 4.3, four approaches to integration in international mergers and acquisitions. A portfolio, when both maintain separate cultures. Blending, choose the best elements from each culture. New creation, develop a new culture that fits the new organization. Assimilation, assign legitimacy to one culture and expect assimilation by members of the other culture. Summary of international M&A IHR professionals' role. They need to be prepared to provide critical advice to their executives through all three phases of planning, signing, and implementing. All of these components need to be assessed, and the nature of the solutions that will be required will depend on the firm's strategic purpose and wanted results, the degree of planned operational integration of the resulting firm, management's orientation and intention for the resulting firm, and cultural environment factors. IHRM and international joint ventures. IJV, a separate legal organizational entity representing the partial holdings of two or more parent firms, in which the headquarters of at least one is located outside the country of operation of the joint venture. This entity is subject to the joint control of its parent firms, each of which is economically and legally independent of the other. Examples of IJV companies are Verizon Wireless and Starbucks Coffee. Four stages of IJV: formation, the partnership stage, development, the IJV itself, implementation, the IJV itself, advancement, the IJV and beyond. Figure 4.4, four-stage model of HR issues in international joint ventures. Stage 1, formation, the partnership. Identifying the reasons for forming the IJV, planning for the utilization of its potential benefits, selecting a manager for new business development, finding potential partners, selecting the partners, understanding control, building trust, managing conflict, and negotiating the arrangement. Stage 2, development, the IJV itself. Locating the IJV and dealing with the local community. Establishing the appropriate structure. Getting the IJV management team. Stage 3, implementation, the IJV itself. Establishing the vision, mission, values, culture, and strategy. Developing the HRM policies and practices. Dealing with unfolding issues. And staffing the IJV. Stage 4, advancement, the IJV and beyond. Learning between partners, transferring the new knowledge to the parents, and transferring the new knowledge to other locations. Reasons for entering IJV agreements: to acquire knowledge about local markets, culture, and learning local ways of doing business in order to pass on that knowledge back to the parent firm. To attain access to the partner's product technology and product knowledge. To satisfy host government requirements and insistence. To attain increased economies of scale without more immediate investment. To gain local market appearance and channel access. To obtain vital raw materials or technology. To spread risks with foreign partners. And continuing improving competitive advantage in the face of enlarging global competition. Role of HRM in IJVs. When national and corporate cultures are put together, the partners need to spend time building trust and understanding each other's interests. Recruitment and staffing policies should be distinct in the early stages of the venture. The partners should establish the specific role of HR within the new venture. HR managers in the JV process must manage issues like communication with employees about the new organization. HR must implement the required training, integrated and consistent compensation and benefits system, and performance management systems that will give the IJV its own identity. IHRM and international alliances. International alliances are informal or formal partnerships that do not result in an independent legal entity. International alliances are the cheapest and least risky way to grow and build or acquire technology resources. No reduction of stock, no dangerous leveraging of the balance sheet, and if managed well, no loss of talent. General HR issues. Here are some issues HR is presented with. International alliances. Culture. Both national and corporate cultures need to be evaluated for incompatibilities. Global workforce. Since there is going to be a mix of employees and managers, their cross-cultural skills need to be assessed. And management capabilities. Will management stay committed by putting in their top talent for the success of the partnership? Role of IHRM in international alliances. HR has many more obligations to fill when it comes to international partnerships. HR needs great negotiation skills. HR has many more extensive responsibilities containing local and international nature. Conclusion. International combinations have become very popular over the years, yet a high percentage of these partnerships fail due to not meeting financial/strategic objectives. Due diligence review of the IHRM policies and practices of firms is critical to the success of international combinations. The role of IHRM and the IHR professional is very important in the three specific types of international combinations. All three types are increasingly being used, and IHRM professionals play a major role in the success of their design and implementation strategies. Sources.